Guys, just here on the 8th, please.
And we will take a quick moment if there are some questions. Let's try to do it in a relatively orderly manner. If someone has a question, you'll raise your hand and ask it of our guests, and then we can move on to the next group. Are there questions from the Intergalactic Press Corps? Wants to know how Marina is going to handle this weekend without Jonathan Frakes here. And we have a mic, so can we hand that over? Perfect.
We're not really married, you know. Just married on TV. Well, we'll miss him. We'll miss him. We'll all miss him because he is a force of nature, and he does change the atoms in a room when he walks in, doesn't he? Stirs it up. So we will miss his energy. But you know, we've got so many other people here, and as long as Spurs win tomorrow, I don't care. Anyone else got a question?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes. Who else has a question from the Intergalactic Press Corps?
You can take the girl out of Tottenham, but you can't take Tottenham out of the girl, all right? Oi! Yeah, there you go. I know, it's awesome. I think there's an Arsenal fan, Zaguna in here somewhere. Oh, bless. Someone's got to support them, haven't they?
Okay, do we have one more question, or we're going to bring on the next group? Okay, photos are done. I think we're going to escort our guests off and we'll bring the next group. There is a question, I'm sorry. In the black shirt, go for it.
Guys, it's wonderful to have you here at Destination Star Trek. I guess it would be really wonderful for us to hear from perhaps each of you what you think the magic of Star Trek is and your best experience being Trekkies, as you will be doing a lot of this weekend.
What was the second half of the question? What it means to be...
Your best experience being fans, as you will be doing a lot of the rest of this weekend.
Okay. I think the beauty of Star Trek and why it's been so long-lived is because it's, number one, it's an optimistic view of the future. It's a completely inclusive view of the future, and I think it opened a lot of doors when it was groundbreaking when it came out of the 60s, and that tradition is carried on, and I love that, and I think that's been embraced, obviously, all over the world. And meeting the fans is incredible, and I know, personally with my character, because she had to learn about humanity, and so she was very awkward and very innocent in very many ways, and her social skills were not necessarily impressive. And I've heard from a lot of people over the years who maybe are on the autism spectrum or Asperger's or something like that, who have really been able to relate to Seven, and that she's helped them, and I love that. I love that, you know, I've been able to portray a character that's actually touched someone like that and been able to help in some way. So it's pretty cool. And you guys are amazing fans. I mean, it's the most enthusiastic, passionate, loyal group of people you would ever hope to meet.
That's really true. And I also feel, you know, we really have brought to life a lot of things that in the 60s, things like communicators. Now we have cell phones. The futurists have made a lot of predictions, and Gene Roddenberry had all the scientists and people who are in medicine and genetics, and so many of the things have come true. I also feel that, especially for the female characters, we've been lucky to be role models for a lot of women and men, and especially women, and it's very important. We hear that from fans all the time, how much it has meant to them to have a show that the whole family could watch together, and people who have been in the military, doctors, and also like kids who didn't really have, who were in foster homes. They would look at some of our characters and really relate to it as we were their family. And I would say most of us feel pretty honored to be involved with a show that thinks so well of the future, as Jerry said. And I don't know. Anyway, thank you very much.
Okay. Thanks, everybody. We're going to let our guests leave. We're going to bring up another group of people now.
Star Trek has now been going for nearly 50 years in 2016. how do you see the future of Star Trek emerging after the next set of new films?
You're asking the wrong people. We're just actors. You're asking the oily rag. You need to ask the mechanic that question if you get my drift. Okay, because we don't know. No one tells us anything. All right.
Thanks, folks. Come on in and grab a seat. Yes, I did. Come on in. Great. I think we have room for everyone to grab a seat.
And guys, can we get you?
You are today. I think we allow, according to DS9, what's that the name of the phone? It's just a quick press call.
Great. Guys, and guys, can we get you all looking to me on the end, please?
That's it. Turn around. Okay, this one, guys.
All right, guys, can we get you all looking to me on the end, please? Just right here, thank you.
Folks, we're on a little bit of a clock here, so if everybody can grab a seat, we'll take some seated photos. We're going to take 2 questions from the audience, from the collected and assembled group of intergalactic press. Who's got a question? Hands up. We got one in yellow. Go right ahead, yellow.
It's nice to be back in the old rising camp. IT. No, it's absolutely lovely to be here, and I'm very happy to be with all these people, particularly Aaron, but the others, yes.
It's great. Thank you guys for having us out again. I enjoyed it. It's my second time doing the Media 10. I did it with the 5 captains in 2012, and you guys showed us a wonderful time, so I was excited to come back. And Bob and I will be co-emceeing this weekend, so we're going to have a lot of fun.
Yes, Anthony and I will be emceeing certain of the events. I was told it was not because we were the most popular Star Trek actors, simply the most physically beautiful. And certainly not because we're the funniest. Here, take it.
Hi, it's great to be back in the UK. I was here many years ago. I did a film at Shepperton called The Guns of Navarone. And I also worked at Talk of the Town. So tomorrow night I'm singing for the second time in the UK, down at the little pub here, and we'll have a great time. It's great to be here for Star Trek. I had a great time doing DS9 and playing Rick Fontaine, and it's good to be part of this convention.
It's always nice to be here, the center of the empire, and so I'm just delighted. I've been here in London many, many times, and England and Scotland, still part of the country. So I'm delighted to be here. Thanks.
Now, if I can have all your cameras, I'd appreciate it.
Next question.
Well, I guess whoever did whatever show, I mean, for me, I'm going to be killed in about 2 seconds here, but for me, DS9 was the best show because I was part of it. not because I was in it, but I loved the character I played. I loved the characters in the series. So to me, that was my favorite one.
I concur, Jimmy. It was the best show.
That's right.
Of all shows.
Of course.
You know, it was a great show. It was the only show. I didn't know there was a Voyager. I thought these guys were on our show too. Oh, I did an episode of Voyager. Wait,
I was on Voyager.
I've not gotten so much action before.
John, are you the only actor who was on every one of them except for the original series? So you have absolutely no allegiance? You're kind of the...
Yes, I was on all three, and I have a very strong opinion about which is the best show.
I was on every show but DS9.
There's a reason for that.
And my favorite show is DS9.
Wait, all three? Because, of course, I'm going to say Enterprise is better than... I mean, I appreciate these guys. These are my brothers, but you guys know who the best captain is. Captain Archer. Right. So, let's just... No, there's no one-ups, man. Thank you for that question. No, there's no competition between us. Are you kidding me?
I thought we were simply told that the original series was the best one and we should shut up. Is that...
That's obviously not the case, but...
Do you guys fight among yourselves?
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
All right, folks, we have one more group of people coming out for a quick photo op. So let's let these people off the stage. Here we'll do a photo op for a few moments, and then we'll take 2 questions, and then we have to move the train along.
All right, guys, can I get you all looking to me on the left, please? Just by here. Thank you.
So who's got a quick question? In the blue.
How does it feel to be credited? How does it feel to be credited with saving Star Trek in 1982? It feels very good. Would you like to elaborate, sir?
He's asking if you'd like to elaborate.
I feel very fortunate to have been thrust into that set of circumstances and very lucky that it worked out. I had a friend who had a production company. It was called Miracle Pictures. And their sobriquet was, if it's a good picture, it's a miracle.
Any other questions? Someone, where's my friend in yellow? Who's got a question? Going once, going twice?
What's the best thing about playing a villain? I tell you, the best thing about playing a villain is that you always get the best lines. You know, and you don't always die until the last moment of the last episode of the last series, and then you get the residuals.
I would argue that Damar is not a villain. He was, at the end, he redeemed himself and the Dominion.
Because I guess you get to do things that you wouldn't dream of doing in the rest of your life, and you get to enjoy them, and there's no payback.
Nobody else is villains up here, right? We're all villains, I'm telling you, that's for sure. Is that it? Anything else? Good? We'll see you opening night.
All right, folks. Thanks.
Cheers,
again.
thanks.